So today I really want to talk about how you can make money outside of tax season. So we are through tax season, what we call tax season, the high tax prep season. I call this a low value, high uh, volume service. Low value, high volume service. And the reason why I call it low value, high volume is you have to have a lot of clients and a small and the amount you can make per person is smaller, so you have a lot of clients. You just end up, honestly, I feel like running ragged when you're doing tax prep. So I'm a big proponent of offering, hi Tabitha, I'm a big proponent of offering high value, low volume services, right? High value, low volume services. So a high value, low volume service is a service such as tax resolution, such as tax planning. And the reason why you want to offer those types of services is it allows you to come out of the day to day. It allows you to come out of um, um, it allows you to be able to come out of the high volume, low value services like tax prep and be able to offer something else, right? Something else where you can make more money even with fewer clients, right? Does anybody want to make more money with fewer clients? Anybody want to make more money with fewer clients? So that's kind of what I do. That's why I do a lot of resolution and I do a lot of planning. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Just because tax season is over doesn't mean you can't make a lot of money. And in fact, I think you have the opportunity to make even more money. If you are watching, or even if you're watching on the replay, don't forget to let me know that you're here and let me know where you're coming in from. But if you're watching right now, can you tell me, did you have at least one client who owed a balance last year or this when you were doing their taxes? Do you have at least one client that you owed who owed a balance this prior year? And if so, what did you do with that client? Did you work on them yourself? Did you outsource them to someone else? Like, what did it look like when they came into you with a balance? So let me know if you had at least one client and then what did you do with that client? What I often see is people have clients who have balances, and then what they end up doing is they outsource those clients to other professionals because they don't know how to work with the client, right? So she said, me, 23. 23 is wow. So imagine with those 23 clients, so our cheapest price points that we recommend to our students is $1,500. So imagine with with those 23 clients, if you charge $1,500 each to help them get in the resolution. That's our cheapest, right? That's our cheapest. That's for people who owe less than $10,000 and they needed to get it resolved and they don't know what to do. In fact, I had one of those today. They're going to owe about $10,000 and I charged $2,000 to help them get this all cleaned up and resolved and everything for the client. So imagine if you could make money from those clients. That's what I want you to be thinking about. I have a client. I want to make money with these clients. I don't want to outsource them to somebody else. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to service them. I don't know how to contact the IRS and get the things I need to find out what's next. And so I've been outsourcing them or doing nothing with them or tell them to go to the IRS website. Instead, what if you could service them? And what if you could charge a minimum of $1,500, $2,000, up to tens of thousands of dollars, depending on how, depending on the case, right? So that's what you're looking at when you're talking about tax resolution services. And that's why I say tax resolution really is the answer. So there are millions of people who owe money to the IRS, right? And these people need help 12 months a year, not just in April, not just during the tax season. So they're needing assistance, and we encourage our students to do something that's called account monitoring. So account monitoring is when you monitor that person's account because they have an outstanding balance, or even on the tax planning side, you support them in tax planning so that they can offer tax, so that you can offer tax planning services to them. So you work with them all year so they get to the end of the year not owing a ton of money, right? This is what we look at in our account monitoring. So you have your resolution, you have your planning, and you can work with these clients all year. You charge a fee. Those fees can be anywhere from $100 a month to $500 a month on top of any resolution services and things that you are offering. So resolution cases pay a lot more than your prep cases, right? Resolution's going to pay a lot more than your prep cases. How much do y'all charge for a standard 1040 with just W-2s, right? How much do you charge for a standard 1040 that also includes a Schedule C or a Schedule E? Y'all just put them in the comments. I'm looking at the comments. So Tabitha says she wants to learn. So I would love to like share with you, Tabitha, what this looks like. In fact, after this call, I can drop a Zoom link and you can hop in here with me and I can share with you about what it looks like in to be able to teach you. So myself and another teacher trainer, his name is Tyrone Taylor, both of us work together to teach resolution. I also teach tax planning, some sales, and we're looking at possibly bringing on a marketing teacher. A lot of you guys know this marketing teacher. I don't want to spill the beans yet, but we're looking at bringing her on to help y'all better to help people, our students, better understand how to do effective marketing so that they can offer these services to other people. So, back to what we're talking about though, the resolution. So, resolution cases, you're going to make a lot more, right? A single resolution case can be 20, 40 times more than what you can make with the standard prep case, right? So, I've talked to people who have prep cases as low as $150. I don't have to do any cases that are $150, but like our cheapest for a W-2 is $500. Um, and our W-2s or 1040 with the W-2s and a Schedule C, one Schedule C or E is 750. That's kind of where our price points are. But our resolution cases are at least double that. So at least double what our prep cases are. And I find they take, I wouldn't say less time because depending on the prep, it could be not take a lot of time, but they don't take a lot of time to complete, right? So you're making more money. And because you're making more money, guess what? You have the ability to be able to sit down with the person, talk through some things with that person, help them understand what's going on with their case, right? You can give them more of a white glove treatment. And I love doing white glove treatment services. So Tabitha says she does 850 for a 1040 with a Schedule C. So I think that's a great price point. So if you're at that price point, 850 for a 1040 with a Schedule C, imagine doing about double that for a simple tax resolution case. And when I'm saying simple tax resolution case, these are resolution cases where someone owes less than $10,000. You should be charging somewhere in the $1,500 to $2,000 range, right? So the IRS, as they've been ramping up on their notices and things, levy notices, lien notices, things like that, clients are like, I need to get this fixed. I want to get this fixed. How do I do it? How many of you are doing some of this work for free? So I've talked to multiple people who said, yes, when these come up, I guide them here, or I do this, or I help them get this resolved, but I don't charge anything. So if this is you, let me know in the comments. Is this you who is not charging anything for this? So here's the thing, whether you know it or not, you already have the foundation and knowledge as a tax professional. If you're doing tax returns, you have the knowledge to at least do some of the resolution work. Not all the resolution work, but some of this basic resolution work you can do. But what about the more complex things? The more complex things, you have teachers like myself and Tyrone who can assist you with completing those more complex cases, right? So it's a matter of just figuring out what to do, what the process looks like. How do you do it? How do you handle the case? And that's what we do, right? So here's a real life scenario. I had a client who owed about $120,000. We were able to reduce that balance through one of the IRS programs to about $18,000. That case alone paid us. So normally, if it's a case where we're reducing the balance, we make 15% of that balance, right? So 15%, I think that one, I want to say we probably charged about, trying to remember the exact number, about 15,000 for that case. Now, that was a very complex case. It did take some time, but what if you could do a case like this? I mean, $15,000, Tabitha was saying her 1040s with the Schedule C are 850. $15,000 is more than 15 times what you would charge for that one case. more than 15 times you charge for the one case with the tax prep. So what if you could offer that type of service, right? So one of the things that we've been doing is we have been offering this service, and with that service comes our this software. So one of the things that I have in this software, which I'm going to show you just really briefly next, is it gives you a pricing guide. So people always say, well, what should I charge? How should I charge? How do I know how much to charge? Well, one of the things that our software does is it allows you to outline to see what you can make. So literally you can be on a sales call with the client, and as you go through, it will show you you can actually choose what to charge. So let's say you have a balance, it's between 1,500 and 2,000. You select that, okay, that's going to say somewhere in this price range, right? You say, in addition to that, I'm going to end up getting this person a partial pay installment agreement. I would probably say it would probably be this level, right? Partial pay installment agreement. Then on top of that, you probably need to do some sort of analysis with that client. So your analysis is going to be a minimum of $1,500 as well. Um, and then let's say they have to do a simple return, and you can change this amount to whatever you do. Let's say you have to do 3 years back returns. That case by itself is $6,500. Then let's say in addition to that, you add the account monitoring, which is $97 a month, right? So we tell all of our clients, if you're working with someone, you should be doing some sort of account monitoring, because account monitoring helps your resolution clients not fall into the trap of continuing to owe year after year after year after year. So that's what this tool helps them to do. In addition, it helps you to outline. I'm going to go to our dashboard really quick. Um, it allows you to be able to look at your client's cases and work the steps. What you should do in this particular case. This client, which is a real client of mine, one of the things that we're able to do is walk through the steps of what to do step by step, place in a whole bookkeeping, transcripts, right? It shows me what I should be doing with the client so that we can resolve the case for the client. So it will walk you through what the steps are. But you might say, hey, I go through these steps, but still I don't feel fully comfortable because I've never done it before. That's where our calls come in. So we have weekly calls every week. um, it's four weeks a month right now, where you're either meeting with Tyrone Taylor, who, if you don't know Tyrone Taylor, he is an industry expert. He has been doing this for over 20 years. I myself have also been doing this for over 20 years, both resolution and planning. I started in corporate and now I do it privately. But guess what? I've been doing it for over 20 years, just like Tyrone. And so you either are meeting with him once a week or me once a week. And we have a community. So in our community, you can just ask questions like, hey, I have this case that came up. I need to know what to do with this case. I need to know what my next steps are. Well, guess what? We can walk you through what those things are, exactly what to do. So instead of paying me, somebody like me, $15,000 to handle a case like I just mentioned, you could do that on your own, right? So we're not going to leave you alone. We want to make sure that clients are getting, that people are handling the cases properly. So we give you the support and oversee the case with you. This walks you through what the steps are, how to do it. And this is based on your client's inputs. So when you come in, you put the client inputs in and it'll tell you what the steps are, and you can walk through all the steps until it gets complete. So that's what this is designed to do. In addition, you might say, well, I have a client, they owe a balance, but I don't know what the monthly payment should be. On payment calculator, you can actually put their information in here. Let's say they owe 14,789. I'm just making that number up. And out of that balance, 1156 is failure to file penalties. And let's say another 1263 is failure to pay penalties. And you want to see what their monthly payment's going to be with penalties, 296.30. But let's say they also want to do some sort of penalty abatement, which we show you how to do penalty abatement. But let's say you want to see that amount without penalties, and it says 248.02. One of the ways things that we tell our students to do is before you work on a case, remove the penalties. So we show you what that process looks like, what to complete, and then we also give you the letters. If you need to write a letter into the IRS, we'll give you that letter. If you need to do a script, we give you the script. We also give you the sales scripts on how to walk through and get your clients to purchase these services. So in the breakdown I just showed you for that 14,789, if you remove those penalties of $2,400, the new balance is going to be 12,375. Um, this is estimated at 8% IRS. I have seen a lot of times it's like 7.5%, but that varies drastically. But I see on average it's about 7.5% for the year. Um, Interest 2475. So the total, if you remove all the penalties, $2,896 is what they'll be saving. And you're able to show them this breakdown with penalties, without penalties, all those things. So that's how we utilize the payment calculator. So you can see what the savings are, right? So in a case like this, 14,789, I would probably be charging them about $2,000 in order to work on this case for them. So that's kind of what it looks like. But if you go to sorry, y'all, I'm trying to get my dog because she about to start barking. But if you go to the pricing calculator, it will help you price out what that looks like for the for the client. So these are balances, as you see, under 11,000, 11 to 15. But if you said, hey, this is a resolution case above 15, and I'm planning to do an installment agreement, you choose those two. That case by itself should be about $3,500, and we'll walk you through exactly what it looks like to set this up. I always encourage our students to do account monitoring. Our bookkeeping starts at 2,000, but again, your price point might be higher, might be lower, depending on the case. So you can adjust these, but it'll give you this, and it'll give you a nice little printout that you can give your clients if you would like that printout to give them, or just to know what you would charge them. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys today. I just wanted to give you an understanding of what you can do if you're trying to offer resolution services. I've had multiple people reach out to me saying, hey, I'm interested in offering resolution services. How do I start offering those services to my different clients and things like that? And so I wanted to be able to outline what that would look like. Does anyone have questions? And for Tabitha, I told you I will give you a link. I am going to drop you a link in just a second. So if you want to come into the Zoom room, or anybody who wants to come into the Zoom room, you want to come into the Zoom room and learn more and talk to me about it now, you can. I'd be happy to share with you what we're doing, what it looks like to start working with us. This past week, our other coach, Tyrone Taylor, began to teach on the basics of resolution. So from start to finish, sometimes people will ask me, so sorry guys, that was gonna happen. Pretty much what I wanted to, so sometimes people will ask me, hey, what does it look like to get started? If I have a client right now, what does that look like to get started? Well, here's the thing. You don't have to wait until you learn all the things to get started. You can actually get started now. And you can get started right now, because we'll walk you through what the steps are. So I hope that makes sense. We'll walk you through what the steps are in your active cases. So I just dropped a Zoom link. If anyone is interested, you can come on into the Zoom room with me. I'd be happy to talk to you about what it looks like to be one of our students. Right now, we are actively enrolling. We are looking to hit a maximum of 20 people for this cohort. And so once we hit that number, we will be closing, at least for a bit, because we want to really focus on this group and we want to get them results. Our goal for our students is to earn a minimum of $6,000 in this 6 months minimum. But like I said, you see how quickly you can start to earn money in these cases. So you should be able to hit that goal rather quickly. The key is having the clients. But if you're someone like Tabitha who has 23 different clients who are in this position, learning how to do resolution is going to be a win-win for you. It'll allow you to be able to offer a service and start making money on that service literally right away. One of our first students, when they joined, not this past Thursday, but about a month ago, when they joined, when we first opened, that we had a meeting on Thursday, and that Monday they sold their first two cases, which was over $6,000. Now, I'm not saying everyone's going to do that, um, because it's not a one size fits all, right? If you're not someone who is strong in sales, that may not be easy to do. But if you are somebody who's strong in sales, that might be something that you can easily do so that you can bring in clients right away, right? You can start making money. Hey sis, so my sis Kim is on. And we have got to get together. Y'all, that's my sis for real. Um, but I am super excited about this cohort that we're working with. And yeah, anyone who wants to chat, I just dropped a Zoom link in the comments. Click on the Zoom link. You can come into the Zoom room. We can chat it up and see what it looks like if you're interested in joining, being a part of this current cohort, this community. I know, I miss that so much. That's my sis, y'all. I have missed her so much. We have been so busy, but that's good. Booked and busy is good, right? So I want all of y'all to be booked and busy, not just during tax season, outside of tax season too. So, and the way to get booked and busy is to actually do the things. Like you got to do the things. So Tabitha, if you are still on, I would love to connect with you now. If not, y'all see in the comments, y'all should see them in the comments. Yes. You can actually schedule an appointment to talk to me about joining the community. We'd be happy to have you. A lot of people ask me like, what is the price point? The price point is it's $1,000 deposit and it's $300 a month for 5 months. That's what the price point is. So there's no like hiding what the price is. That's what it is. And my goal if for each person is to get, if you pay in full, it's 22.97. So it's actually a little bit cheaper. It's about $2,500 if you pay over the 5 months. But here's the thing, and I'm actually going to change the link for the deposit, but if you have cases, y'all, you can literally start earning money with those cases right away. Um, I don't want to put out anything because I know a lot of y'all seen uh um the news with, I can't even think of her name, but is being sued by the FTC, I believe, for fraudulent claims. So I don't put no disclaimers out there like you want to definitely make this amount of money. I don't want to say anything like that. But I will tell you, if you come in and do the work and you have cases, you should be able to make money um, with this service. And you should be able to do that pretty Stormy. Thank you, Coach Stormy. Yes. And you should be able to do that pretty quickly. So we show you what to do. We show you how to do. We're going over the sales and the sales scripts, all those things. So honestly, what you have to do is just come do the actual things that we outline. So do the things that we outline. You'll be able to see yourself start making money. So that's it, y'all. I'm about to just sign off. I just wanted to come on, say that really quick. I'll stay on the Zoom room for a few minutes. If anyone is interested in hopping in and connecting with me, I would love to connect with you. And then if not, I will just see y'all. Feel free to book a call as well. I'll be happy to share any details with you. I did update the link because the link that it was showing was the wrong link. So it's 1,000 now and $300 a month for 5 months. You have weekly coaching and a host of other things, including my software. And if anyone has seen Tyrone Taylor, he also has a software. You have access to his as well. So I hope y'all have an amazing weekend, and I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching.